I know from this particular case with Chapman and all that you have done with him, something else stemmed out of it, your interest in artists' rights, obviously.
Yes.
And can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, one of the things we started in 2004 was the Council for Artists' Rights. And the Council for Artists' Rights is fiscally sponsored by Fractured Atlas in New York. And Fractured Atlas is a private not-for-profit, I believe. And they handle all the paperwork and documents and Internal Revenue Service items with any funding that goes in and out of Council for Artists' Rights account. But yeah, so what the council has done is we've sent out different e-blasts to our network to let them know about the case, issues, other artists' rights issues. I've worked on other cases, not only Chapman's. One case was a case of Christina Castro. She was an art student at the School of the Art Institute Chicago. She wanted to display her artwork at the Glenview Park District Fieldhouse. There was an open call for work. Christina wanted to submit it. All of a sudden, one of the people at the panel out there said, "Well, Christina, you can't submit your artwork because you're a student." And Christina said, "Well, there was no mention of you have to be a professional or student or whatever." So that got into the Tribune. We worked on that case. We worked on the case on the spindle that's in Berwyn that showed up in Wayne's World movie, where Berwyn wanted to take down a sculpture of cars stacked on each other, maybe 12, 15 cars. I worked on that case. And so there's various cases that I've worked on and other issues, not only Chapman's case. So I've gotten to know more about art, more about creativity, more about the legal aspect of it. And people often ask me, "Hey John, are you a lawyer?" And I usually say no, but I get that question often.
Yeah, I mean, hey, who knows? You can still become a lawyer.
Well,
still got some years
I guess
in you.
I could, you know.
Okay. Well, I also wanted to ask, how do you feel? Are you happy about the outcome that a case like this and your activist work like this has provided for you in your life? Are you satisfied with?
Well, I'm not satisfied with the outcome in Chapman's case. I believe that the Supreme Court should have heard the case to clarify the Visual Artists' Rights Act. But being an activist since the mid-90s, I realized that there's going to be victories and there's going to be non-victories. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be turns in the road. There's going to be bumps on the road, etc. So when someone becomes an activist, they're going to have setbacks. They're going to have small victories, larger victories, etc. But that doesn't, even though you don't win all of your issues, that doesn't give one a reason to stop, because there's so much injustice in the world that unless someone does something, does some action, those injustices will continue. So you have to pick your battles. You have to pick your winnable battles, and hopefully other people will join in and fight these battles. Otherwise, it would not be worth living.
Yeah.
It would not be worth living unless some of these issues have to be challenged. And there are many. There's a spectrum. There's animal rights, there's environment, climate change, but we only have a certain amount of time in life. We have to pick what gives us passion, where our passion leads us to. And this has led me to artists' rights and Kelly. And
you've discovered your passion.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.